Ed Duggar says, question on the floor, do you think the Bucks should trade Lillard because he is checked out and get some younger players? Lillard is the Bucks' best asset due to a trade. It was over when Giannis wasn't in his top 5. No, and so this is a so hey Dame Bros, this is your clip this. I know you like to clip it. No, we shouldn't trade Damian Lillard, and I'll tell you why. One, because again, at the end of the day, Giannis and Dame, my only concern with Damian Lillard has always been and forever will be, I want him to play like a top 75 player. Not that I think he sucks, not anything like that. I just want I want him to play as advertised. Like, again, and it's okay to criticize players because tonight Giannis did not play as advertised. Now, it's not a daily occurrence that it doesn't happen. So that's why I can kind of say, okay, I'll let you get away with one. You can slide with a rough night. But, I want Dame to play at that level. And again, unless you're telling me Dame doesn't have that gear anymore, then that's another story. I tend to think that he does because I've seen it happen. I've seen it at some points in the year. I need to see it on a consistent basis. And here's the other reason, too, you cannot trade Damian Lillard is because, again, we might have touched on this last night. I don't know, I have so many conversations that I can't keep up, whether I said it on the show or whether we just talked about it in person. But you can't trade Damian Lillard because you get pennies on the dollar for him. And again, if the whole thing is, well, let's trade Damian Lillard because we don't think he's focused or we don't think he's all in, why then would any other team trade for Damian Lillard? Why would the Memphis Grizzlies? I'm just making up. Why would the Orlando Magic? Why would the Phoenix Sun? Why would any team say he wanted to force his way to Miami? He didn't like it that he didn't get to Miami, and again, I'm speaking hypothetically here. He didn't like it. He got to Miami, Milwaukee, and he half-assed it. And we're now going to trade for this guy, and he's not going to do that here in our organization. Why would they think that? So the only logical trading place would be to Miami, and there starts the circle again because Miami goes, well, if I wasn't willing to give, a fair, reasonable trade value for Damian Lillard in the last offseason, why would I now do that again? If people didn't think that was enough back then, why would it now be enough? I'd probably give even less. And again, I think Pat Riley, I don't know. I think he's asleep at the wood. I don't know. They just don't feel like negotiating in good faith over there. And so, yeah, you can't get yourself into a situation where the only trade partner is Miami because, and again, that's what happened with Portland. And you can't operate that way. So unless Damian Lillard was like, I opened it up for 10 teams, but regardless of the fact, no, I think you keep Damian Lillard, Giannis together, and you try to win a championship with this team because, again, the guys are good enough. They just aren't doing it now. And maybe it is a roster retool. Maybe you do because and I give John Horst a little bit of, because we talked about this last night, where the question was, well, would you do the trade over again? And the answer 1,000 times is yes. Now, knowing what I know now, I would definitely change the roster a bit so that you have some defenders, multiple defenders around that. Now, the guy you talk about that I may want to get up out of here is your boy Brook Lopez. Now, again, this is all of this thing falters. The two guys I'm looking at are Brook Lopez and Chris Middleton. Those are the two guys you look at and saying, well, if we need to do something next going into the offseason, those are two guys I'm looking at seeing if we move. And again, I'm not moving for Zach Edey coming in either. I know that much. But yeah, that's that. So yeah, to answer the question, no, I'm not even thinking about trading Damian Lillard right now. And you got to get through the season and try and finish things out.
Yeah, I would agree with that take. Provided there's not a big blow up or something happens that fractures the relationship between Dame and the organization, I think you certainly want to try to give him a chance to work with Giannis over an offseason, Doc as well, and give these guys a full offseason to play together and work together and see if they can gel and develop some instincts and just figure each other out